Hello students. Once again I welcome you all to the online sessions. Today we will study chapter 4 of class 6 science, that is sorting materials into groups. Not just food and clothes, there is such a vast variety of objects everywhere. So it is very important to classify objects into groups. In this video, we will learn how to classify objects based on their properties. Okay, so let's start. Class 6 Science Chapter 4 Sorting Materials into Groups Session 1. To understand the chapter, it is very important to know that what are objects and what are materials, and how they are different from one another. To understand the chapter, it is very important to know that what are objects and what are materials, and how they are different from one another. We have already studied in chapter 1 that food is made up of one or more than one ingredients. In the similar manner, an object is made up of one or more than one material. Means we can say that an object is a thing that is made of one or more material. If you look around, you will find yourself surrounded by variety of objects. For example, chalk, books, bags, cooking utensils, toys, window, doors, etc. And what are materials? Anything that is used to make object are called materials. A material is a thing such as wood, glass, plastic, cotton, metal, mud, paper, ceramic, rubber, etc., from which object can be formed. So, whatever objects you see around yourself are actually made from different materials. So now question arise is, why do we need to group objects or materials? And what is meant by grouping and sorting materials? So whatever objects you see around yourself are actually made from different materials. So now question arise is, why do we need to group objects or materials? And what is meant by grouping and sorting materials? Materials into groups. Placing similar things together is called grouping. For example, in supermarkets, grouping is done by keeping similar items on same shelf, which make it easier for us to find the item which we need. So we can say that the process of the classification of things based on some known criteria is known as grouping or sorting of materials. We have a huge variety of objects present around us. So because of this, it is very important to classify objects into groups. The objects can be grouped in different ways based on their properties such as size, shape, color, and their uses. Materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities and differences in their properties. So now I believe that you have completely understood the difference between object and materials. If you look around, you will find yourself surrounded by variety of objects such as table, chairs, blackboard, chalk, books, notebooks, pen, pencil, eraser, bottles, containers, fans, utensil, AC, bags, sofa, fridge, clothes, shoes, candles, matchbox, even computers, laptops, mobiles, toys. All these are objects. And all these objects are formed from different materials. While classifying them, we have to consider few things. These are: a single object can be formed of single material. For example, balloon is made of rubber, a toy is made of plastic, a towel is made of cotton. However, a single object can also be formed from different materials. For example, a bicycle is made up of rubber, metal, and plastic. A utensil is made of metal with the handle of wood or plastic. A spectacle is made of plastic and glass. So now we know that an object could be made up of only one material, or it could be made up of many materials. Let's take some more example. Here we have a chair that is made up of only one material. On the other side, we have a pencil that is made up of many materials, that is rubber, metal, wood, and graphite. Here, the pencil is an object and rubber, metal, wood, and graphite are the materials. Now we have understood a very important thing, that an object could be made up of large variety of materials. Here we have got a table showing objects and materials used for making these objects. For example, first one is table or chair is made up of wood or plastic or iron. Similarly, utensils could be made up of plastic, iron, aluminium or steel. Toys are made up of wood, plastic or paper. We get clothes of different fabrics: cotton, silk, polyester, nylon. It is also important to know that a single material can be used to make different objects. For example, from wood, we produce things such as tables, chairs, doors, wardrobes, etc. From cotton, we produce things like shirts, pants, bed sheets, towels, etc. Here is the table showing some of the materials and things produced from them. Wood. Wood could be used to make chair, table, bed, door, plough, bullock cart, boat, etc. Similarly, paper could be used to make books, calendars, magazines, newspapers, paper bags, etc. From leather, we can make bags, shoes, jackets, and many objects. Similarly, large variety of objects are made from plastic, that is pencil box, toys, table, chair, containers, buckets, pipes, toys, etc. We make different materials from cotton as well. For example, clothes, bed sheets, curtains. Metal like steel could be used to make different objects like vehicles, utensils. And glass could be used to make mirror, beakers and test tubes. So, how can we classify objects? Here are few things or objects such as box, hair dryer, toy, screwdriver, car, box, a chair and a table. We have to classify these objects. To classify, we will identify materials from which it is made. You will find that objects such as box, hairdryer and toy are made of plastic. Objects such as table, box and chair are made from wood. And screwdriver and car are the things which are made from combination of more than one material. Now we know that there are variety of materials, and these variety of materials are used to make different objects. But how do we decide that a particular material is suitable for making a particular type of objects? Why a window is made of glass? Why a cup is made of plastic or clay and not of cloth? Why a chair or table is made up of wood or plastic and not with paper? The answer is very simple. Based on the properties of material or the quality of the materials, they are used for making different objects. For example, a tumbler is always made with clay or plastic material because its purpose is to hold the liquid. Would it not be silly if we were to make a tumbler out of cloth? A cloth material will not be able to hold the water. Similarly, it would not be wise to use paper-like materials for cooking vessels. Similarly, windows are always fixed with glass so that we can always see outside even when they are closed. So now we know that based on the properties of material, they are used for making different objects, which means we choose a material to make an object depending on its properties and the purpose for which the object is to be used. So the question arises is, what are all the properties of materials that would be important for their usage? Some properties of materials are appearance of the material, hardness or softness of the material, solubility of the material in water, whether the material float or sink in water, and the transparency of the material. We are going to discuss all these properties in the next sessions. So, in this video, we have studied that an object is made from materials. An object can be formed from single material, or an object can also be formed from different materials. We have also seen that single material makes different objects, and very important, we have seen that based on the properties of the materials, they are used for making different objects. And we are going to discuss all the properties of the materials in our next sessions. Hope you have understood this video. Okay. Thank you for watching the video.